Hey guys, it's been a while since I did a C4 Corvette video, and the reason I'm doing this video is because one of our banes of existence as a C4 owner seems to be maintenance on these cars. A lot of the dealers, you either may not trust them, or they may not be able to actually service these cars anymore, and there may not be Corvette specialists in your area. I'm in New Jersey. There's a couple of places that are sort of close, that have been highly recommended. I've been scouring Facebook forums, things like that. There's a couple of good resources out on YouTube. One of them is CNS Corvette. If you haven't checked them out, check them out. He does some really good videos. And Mirrock Corvette, which is spelled Mirrock Corvette, who also has an eBay store. I'm guessing he's in the business of parting out, that's the, maybe you're not restoration, condition. But two good resources that you should look up online. They're both on YouTube as well. So get out there and check those two YouTube channels out. There's a couple of other, I guess they're just mechanics. OzStar, I think it's OzStar Cars. I think he's got a special edition, a CE, or something close. I'm not really sure. But he's done some good videos on suspension for the C4 that I've seen. Definitely check them out if you haven't already. But maintenance, for those of us that are slightly handy, like I purchased this car in September 2020, and I know I'm gonna have to turn wrenches on my own, because getting service for these, you may not trust them to your regular mechanic. You may not be, like I said, close to somebody who's a Corvette expert. You're gonna have to do some of the maintenance on your own. And as these cars age, and considering they've, up until recently, they've been the redheaded stepchild of the Corvette world, people are kind of catching on that C4 models really are, they're in a class by themselves. You get some bang for the buck for some performance. I mean, if you want to customize these cars and, do 383 strokers and LS swaps and things like that, it seems to be a big deal. But for those of us that want to keep them stock, we're going to have to turn our own wrenches at some point. It's probably good that if you don't have any experience of turning your own wrenches with anything, research is important. So today I want to discuss service manuals, and this has been a huge thing since I first purchased the car. After I purchased it, I was looking for the paper manuals, the actual service manuals that were in the dealerships. I found a resource on eBay. It was somebody, I don't know if it was a private person or somebody that just has a leg up on some of that stuff, and they were selling a CD of all the service manuals. So it's a searchable, CD, which was great because I did the OptiSpark on this car last July, and without that service manual, and even some of the guys in the forums, there were a couple of videos out there of guys doing OptiSpark jobs. I ended up using, I don't know, it was like maybe 3 or 4 pages that I printed out from that CD. And that's great to have that copy of a CD. I've actually used that CD set for somebody who had a 93 Corvette on one of the forums, maybe a few times. I may have done it. Various issues. They didn't have a service manual. And although the Chilton manuals and the Haynes manuals might be good to give you a stepping stone or just a jump off point for a repair that you might be needing to do, the field service manuals are really the way to go. They are very expensive, and that's why I chose to go with the CD first. And like I said, I used it to do this job for the OptiSpark, and I've now used them for somebody who's got a 93, because that's my year. Somebody might have posted something about suspension or torque specs on a certain job that they were doing, and I would look it up, send them a screen cap or a screenshot of the field service book from my CD to try and help them out. And I can't say enough about the community of C4 owners that I've, found along the way. Most have been awesome. And, with the awesome along comes, I don't want to say the bad side, but there's guys that are just looking to do something totally different to their cars, or, everybody knows, oh, I've done this, I've done that, this is what you should do. I really want to know what I should do. So service manual was huge. I'm an analog guy. I need to have a book. So in my hunt for the actual field service manuals, prices go anywhere from, I've seen them as high as $400 for a complete set. And I'm just not shelling out that cash. So by accident, because it's, like I said, it's getting to be springtime here in New Jersey, although you wouldn't be able to tell because of my way I'm dressed, my hoodie and my skull cap here. It's a balmy 40 degrees here. I'm close to the water. It's kind of windy. But spring is here. Got a couple of projects for this car that I want to, get done. And I was online looking for parts, going to different websites, comparing prices, comparing, the manufacturer, trying to the best bang for my buck. And I was on Rock Auto's website. And while I was searching all the various categories, ignition, fuel, suspension, towards the bottom of that list was literature. I clicked on it. And to my surprise, I found this. This is the complete 4-volume set. Now, I'm not sure if there really was a 4-volume set. I'm finding out that there may have been 4 volumes. I thought that there were originally just 2 volumes, and that maybe this company that's reproducing them put them into 4, but I'm finding out more people are saying there are 4 volumes for 1993. So on their website, I came across this, and the company that's reproducing these is called Detroit Iron. I don't know if you can see that. I don't know how close I'm getting to the camera here. Okay. This 4-book set from Rock Auto, 4 volumes, reprinted, just like they came out of the original GM spec for General Motors. Apparently they're licensed now. Detroit Iron is licensed to do this. This 4-book set on Rock Auto cost me $87.79, which is a quarter of the price that I spent for the CD. And now I have, for my garage, a full set of legit GM field service manuals for this car. Now, I pulled the trigger immediately. I'm like, $87.79. Worst that could happen is I get them, I don't like them. But this paper is the premium paper. It's not cheese. It's not like a scanned copy. Like somebody might have made their own for service manuals and put them out there. It even shows you on this front page the OEM shop manual reproduction, produced and printed in the USA by Detroit Iron. And at the bottom it says, portions of the materials contained herein have been reprinted with permission of General Motors LLC under license number whatever. So there was a no-brainer. $87. Like I said, worst scenario is I get them, they were cheese, and I sent them back for a refund. I also went to Detroit Iron's website, and their website is DetroitIronIS.com. And I was amazed by the amount of material that this company reproduces for service manuals. I posted links on the Facebook groups that I'm on. People went wild because I didn't realize how, I knew it was a big deal to try and get the original field service manual, but they went absolutely nuts. Guys were saying, I found one for my 84, I found one for my 91, and the price was good. The only thing I didn't understand was, like I said, $87.79 from Rock Auto. When I went to Detroit Iron's website, they were selling the same 4-book set for $200. So I don't know if Rock Auto's getting a deal. Maybe they were blowing them out. No idea, but the price discrepancy was a little weird. And even on Detroit Iron's website for, I think it was a 95 Corvette, it was $200 or $240. So it's not cheap, But to me, it was even buying them new from Detroit Iron might be cheaper than finding them from somebody who's got the original service manual and they're selling it on eBay. Choice is yours. I just wanted to definitely make a video for this because this is a big deal for not only just working on your car, but I think because the popularity of these cars is catching on. If you, like, I purchased this car from a dealer, they had absolute zero, there was no provenance, there was no records, there was no anything. I went on guts, and having a little bit of automotive knowledge, I pulled the trigger and bought the car. I'm glad I did. The car has been running well, other than my Opti Spark that went last year. But I think on a resale, say I keep this car another 5 years, I doubt I'm going to keep this car for the rest of my life. I'm not sure. Going forward on a resale, having something like this, especially if, like I said, you're not in an area where you have a trusted source to do repairs on these cars, and you want to keep it original and spec and parts if they're available. This is going to be a great addition, not only for you as the owner to turn your own wrenches and repair things, but to pass along to the next owner. So I'm looking at it as an investment for me to stop me from pulling my hair out if I have to do a repair, but it's going to be an investment in the next owner when this car moves along. As far as I'm concerned, I'm a custodian of this car right now, and I'm going to try and keep it, in the best condition as possible. And I think a lot of other C4 owners are kind of in the same boat. If you're not, unless you're not customizing or doing something to custom tailor, you want your car to be your car, and I think that's a wonderful thing. To me, this is a special edition car. It's a 40th anniversary, convertible. I'm going to want to keep it original. I'm not going to tear it down and customize it. I'd love to have another base model, a 93, a 95 in that area where I could put in a backup camera, put in a Bluetooth stereo, really make it mine, and maybe polish it up, maybe do a repaint, do some custom paint, things to take to a car show, something like that. Even if that's the way you want to go, this is something you're going to need to have. And I could not believe that I scored this for that money. So if you've got a 93, get to Rock Auto's website. I don't know how many are left. I sparked a little bit of attention there. I know 2 people that were on one of the forums in Facebook. They purchased them. So there's at least 3 sets that have been ordered from Rock Auto in the last week. Go out and search both. Search Rock Auto, look for your year, and in the list, look for literature. The other way to go is go to Detroit Iron, DetroitIronIS.com, and look through their library of stuff that they're producing. Could not believe this. There's Camaros, Cadillac. It's out there. It's amazing find. Not sure if that information was out there somewhere before and maybe just never found it. But what an awesome resource. Awesome score for me. And I can keep this in the garage. I don't ever have to go sit on my computer, search through the index, find what I'm looking for, print it out. It's always going to be here. I have a Chilton and Haynes manual in here as well, so you can always use both if you're kind of bouncing ideas, especially things like torque spec or something like that. But I would use this as the golden Bible of your repairs. So that's one thing. The other thing I want to touch base on is a lot of people are concerned about where they're buying their parts from, and I'm totally on board with that. As of right now, the 2 main companies that I've purchased anything from are Zip Corvette, which I don't have their catalog available because I've never gotten one, and Eckler's. So even if I'm not ordering something from Eckler's, I'm using them as a resource just to compare prices, their catalog is great. They're showing you in full color, what their parts are, what they're going, the fitment and things like that. So if you haven't searched Eckler's yet, go to their website. Just get yourself on a list. I think you can go in there and put your email address in there and get catalogs regularly sent to your home. EcklersCorvette.com is their website. And Zip Corvette, I believe, is zip-corvette.com. That was the company that I purchased the power steering pump from for this car. So that was all I really wanted to touch base on, guys. That this is going to be a great resource for every Corvette owner or C4 owner, and maybe even just Corvette owner in general, because they did have C3 catalogs and things like that there. So definitely go check it out. Hope you're enjoying your Corvette, and can't wait for the summer. I want to drop the top and get this car back out to the world so people can see it. Get into some car shows and meet some people. So that's all I got for now, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it was informational. If you have any questions, send me or leave me a comment under the video, and I will definitely be sure to pass along any info that I've gotten. And definitely check out the other two channels that I mentioned, the CNS Corvette and Maroc Corvette, and even Stars Cars. Especially look for that video that he does with the rear suspension with the bushings. Really great video. So hope everybody's well, and I will see you soon.